Some fish are legendary, some are sacred, and some will test everything you've got. Across North America, indigenous tribes have fished these waters for centuries, carving traditions, ceremonies, and survival from every catch. Now, we travel deep into their ancestral homelands to uncover stories behind the fish that shape their cultures, and catch some absolute giants along the way. From the raging rivers of the Pacific Northwest to the untouched lakes of the Great Plains, we're hooking into monsters that fed generations and diving headfirst into the traditions that keep them alive today. I'm Robert Jacobo, and this is IndigeFish, Tribal Tales. Are you ready to chase something big? All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of IndigeFish. I'm your host, Robert Jacobo, and today we are taking it out of the water just for a moment. And the reason why is because it's extremely important for you to have your California state fishing license if you're going to be fishing here in California. Now, the fishing license that I'm going to show you guys takes care of both ocean and inland fishing. So that way you can go ahead and feel comfortable being able to fish either out on the ocean, out on the surf, the jetties, on a charter boat, or if you want to go ahead and fish inland, you have that opportunity to do that as well. Now, this is going to be a super simple process. It's only going to take us anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. And also, too, we're going to walk through it a couple steps at a time, mainly because of the fact that, one, I'm a non-resident of California, right? So I bop back and forth between here and Arizona. And so my primary residence, though, is in Arizona. And so I basically end up having a non-resident fishing license, which is okay. I still love fishing out here. I still love being able to do a lot of stuff out here. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what that process is going to be like all the way up through the checkout point. And then from the checkout point, what I will do is I will explain to you further what is going to happen, because what I'm not going to do is click pay now, because then that's going to produce an additional fishing license, right? Which is something that I don't actually need, because my current fishing license doesn't expire until April of 2026. So I'm completely fine and I'm completely good on that. Don't need a secondary fishing license, and I don't fish with enough people to where I'm buying them their fishing licenses. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. So we're right here on our browser screen, right on google.com. Great place to start, by the way, if you're just looking for the California State Fish and Wildlife website. You can just go ahead and type that in there, right? California Department of Fish and Wildlife. Or we can go ahead and utilize this not QR code, but this URL here, which is https://wildlife.ca.gov/licensing/fishing, which is going to take us actually to that fishing license website, which is going to allow us to go ahead and check out all the things that we want to go ahead and purchase, right? So the main thing that we're going to be looking at here when it comes to actually signing up for your license is whether or not you're going to get a resident license or a non-resident license, right? And those are taken care of right up here. Now, there are other licenses that you can actually check out. As a matter of fact, since we're on IndigeFish and our main thing is to really inspire a lot of Native American anglers out there, right? Now, I'm here to inspire everybody as much as possible, but I come from a Native American background, and that is something that is definitely an advantage here. As far as being Native American, you actually get the opportunity to have a low-income Native American no-fee fishing license provided for you if you're a resident of the state of California. You've been here for 6 months or more. Your first free sport fishing license for low-income Native Americans must be obtained from the CDFW, which is the California Department of Fish and Wildlife License and Revenue Branch. Any subsequent licenses may be obtained from a CDFW licensed sale office or online. So you're going to look at that application for additional details, but there are other licenses that you can purchase, as well as other licenses for additional animals like lobsters and stuff like that that you can go ahead and do. But the main one that we're going to concentrate on today is really the resident and the non-resident sport fishing licenses. Now, since I'm a non-resident of this area, I'm actually going to go ahead and select the $169.82 option here for any non-resident 16 years of age or older. And for a lot of you that are watching, you may be looking at the $62.90 one for resident, since you're a resident of the state of California, right? So today, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and click licensing, right? And we're going to go ahead and click purchase a fishing license, right? And that's going to take us to this area where we can go ahead and register for a Go ID. Now, let me read this to you guys first so that way I can break it down a little bit, right? So every customer purchasing a California fishing or hunting license, permits, or annual passes must create a customer record and obtain a Get Outdoors identification, which is a Go ID number. Your Go ID number will print on all your licenses and is used to help you track purchases, preference points, and harvest reporting requirements. Now, this is where you're going to go ahead and click in to enter, right? So you're going to go to a customer login, or you're going to, if you're a new registry, you're going to go ahead and register here. And so what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and actually get into purchasing, right? So because of the fact that I'm already registered on this and I have a Go ID and stuff like that, I don't necessarily have to sign in and stuff. But what it would do is it would ask you for your last name and whether or not you had a state ID or a passport to go ahead and sign in with. I was able to come in here and see that I have this non-resident set up and everything. And then you're going to go ahead and type in all this information. So what we're going to do is we're going to click purchase licenses. That's going to bring us all these options that we have to go ahead and purchase, right? And like I said, you have the opportunity to go ahead and add additional things, right? If I wanted a spiny lobster report card for the full season, valid from September 26th, which is just coming up, it's just around the corner, right? I have the opportunity to add that. But what I want to do is I want to look at that 365-day sport fishing license for a non-resident because I'm a non-resident. So I'm going to click add here, okay? And I can read this. I already kind of have an idea what it says. It says that I don't have an existing license. Like I mentioned before, I actually do. I have a license that doesn't expire until April of 2026. So I'm just going to go ahead and click OK because we're going to just go ahead and fly right through this process. It's extremely easy. And so we don't really have to do too much. Now, since that is already in the cart, it's going to go ahead and block all of these things off, right? All of this stuff, it's going to go ahead and block off. It's going to tell me that my maximum purchase quantity has been reached, item may be in the cart, or it's been previously purchased, things like that. And you can see that right here, right? So we don't have to do anything. We don't have to worry about pressing an additional button or anything. We're just going to come over here. We see the price is $169.82. We're going to go ahead and click checkout. That's it, guys. And you can see it. This is what the shopping cart looks like, right? And if we want to set up auto renewal, we can set up a password, which that's extremely simple. They're making it so simple for us to be able to get out there on the water, right? And then now you can look at your cart, 2025. 365-day sport fishing license, valid from 9/8. That's the thing. If I purchase it today, I can get out there and fish today. I don't have to wait for something to come in the mail. Now, if I did want to just wait for something to come in the mail, I'm going to get one of these. That's going to be able to actually go in my wallet, go into like a little pouch or anything like that. By the way, when you do get that, you want to have that on you at all times while you're fishing. Okay, so I can see right here, valid from 9/8. Valid to 9/7/2026. So I have an entire year to go ahead and use that for the price of $169. Now, if you're like myself, where I get out there and I fish pretty much every single day, that's breaking down to almost 50 cents, a little less than 50 cents a day, right? When you really think about it. Now, $169.82, all I'm going to do is I'm going to click checkout, okay? And then what it's going to do is it's going to tell me where the fishing license is going to be mailed to, right? Which is going to be this address right here. So you can have the opportunity to edit the customer address so that way it goes to a correct address. I have it blurred out here. You guys don't need to necessarily know where I live. Also, too, if you guys want an email confirmation so that way the confirmation email is a receipt, right? It doesn't contain the downloadable license, but you'll get a link to go ahead and get a downloadable license. You go ahead and click your email here and you'll be good to go, right? The next thing, only Visa and MasterCard is accepted. No cancels or refunds are allowed. All sales are final. So when you do hit that pay now button, we want to make sure that we're sure that we're doing that, right? We're going to go ahead and select that checkbox, and then also to let them know that we're not a robot. So we're going to enter our card number. We're going to enter the expiration date, the security code, and also to our postal code. And then we're going to come down here and click this checkbox. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and click that pay now button. The reason why is because of the fact that if I click pay now, it's going to charge me for a fishing license that I don't need. I already have a valid fishing license good through April of 2026. So we're good to go. Now, when you click this button, what ends up happening is it takes you to another page. It gives you a link to where you can print out that confirmation. You can also download a PDF version of your fishing license and have it available right there on your phone. You're going to want to do that because you're going to want to have that available for you when you're on the water or when you're close to the water. If you have a fishing pole in hand and the game warden comes up and asks you, where's your license, or the things that you're fishing for or anything like that, you want to make sure that that stuff is valid. You want to make sure that that stuff is handy and it's supposed to be on you at all times. So that's pretty much all that it is, guys. It's nothing too complicated. And thank you again for joining me today. It was a really quick process. I wanted to make sure that I was able to walk through that with you guys. So that way you had an opportunity to be able to download your very own fishing license, get out there and get on the water. Like I said, as soon as you purchase that fishing license, it's going to be available for you right there, right when you hit pay now and your payment goes through. So if you want to get on the water right away and you want to make sure that you're within the confines of the law, so that way you're not getting fined if you get something and all of a sudden the game warden stops right behind you, right? So you want to make sure that you're safe. You want to make sure that you're following all the rules and regulations. And I wanted to make sure that you understood how easy this process actually was. So if anything, guys, if you have any questions or anything like that, please leave them down in the comments below. I would love to help to answer them or find somebody out that could answer them. And also, too, there's many people in the community, the fishing community, that are willing to help. So always feel free to ask questions, guys. And until next time, guys, I really enjoyed you guys being here, and take care.